Okay, I think we're live and it should be recording. Okay.
Do you have to tell me how do you do that for next time I can do it?
Okay. Yeah, basically I just use the, you know how when we record like a video presentation for the class to post, I just did it through there.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll see how it works. And so for the agenda, let me, and do you mind taking minutes this time?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. And then if you can, then just add those to the shared drive that we have our minutes in.
Yeah, in the same file, isn't it? We are just adding there.
Yep, exactly. Okay. Yeah, just keep it going. Okay, let me go to the drive.
3. Is this meeting 4? Yeah.
I think so, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's meeting 4.
Yeah.
That's what I put. Team meeting.
Okay. I'm starting taking the minutes.
Okay. So I'm just pulling up the agenda, and basically I think it's just the presentations. So meeting 4 minutes. Okay, so the first thing is what I learned from our meeting, which I kind of went over with you and I posted on the what's that called? On the
community
board. Yeah. So basically, we're just supposed to in these meetings at the beginning, we're each supposed to present on one of those topics each week, and it can be really simple, like 2-3 minutes. You just share your screen, you show the code that you got, and maybe manipulate it a little bit, and then show it in the browser. And that's basically it. And then we just take turns, and then each week we should do a different topic. And so, I mean, we can assign them, or we can people just share what they've been working on, because now our portfolio should be growing, and we should have stuff we're working on, so we can kind of just pick and choose what we share, and we can just on our own make sure we cover each topic.
Okay.
If that works for you, then we can ask Michaela and Lauren what they think when we meet with them again. And then the other thing was when the app that we end up developing as a team at the end, it's just a one-page app, but we're supposed to use all the coding topics, all 9 of them, in that one page.
Okay.
And yeah, so it's pretty simple in that it's one page, but then it involves, you know, all those coding topics. So that's where the challenge comes in. And then keeping it to like a tablet or a mobile size.
Okay.
And then I don't think we've gotten any instructor feedback yet.
Well, the only thing, I received an email. I think you received it too.
Oh yes, from this, just to the whole class.
Yeah, and he said that it's just about he wants to see. He wants to see how do we work with the code. It's like he said that he doesn't want us to teach something extra things or put it in so he wants to see that this code is working in a hosting page. So that's what I remember about the feedback.
Exactly. Yeah, and I'm using a hosting account that I have from my previous web design course, and so I'm just using it. I'm using that, and I'm tagging on, /portfolio, and I'll show you that in a minute, kind of what I've been working on. So I don't know. It sounds like Michaela found a way to use GitHub, so she can host it and host something and post something. But the instructor, based on what he told me, you can use either one. as long as you have a way to display all the coding topics and show how they're used.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and in fact, Michaela suggested that she just put a message then in the community saying that she just had figured out how to use GitHub as a host. So we must start doing there. I'm not sure how does this GitHub works. When you write a code, if you can see how this git code looks in a real site, in a real browser. But we can, maybe this week we can share. I have an example that I will upload or put it in the repository. So I'm going to ask Michaela to make it work if he can. She can do it.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like GitHub is more for sharing and collaborating for a project. It's not necessarily made to host an app or a site. So yeah, GitHub's a little confusing to me. So I just kind of went back to the hosting that I already had, but we can use GitHub and the instructor said we'll have to use it when we collaborate and we put code together. So yeah. Okay, if you don't mind, I'll share, see if I can share my screen.
Okay.
And last time I tried this for the video presentation, I had a hard time switching. So I might just stick to the browser.
Okay.
I think it's this, maybe. Actually, hold on, I'm gonna go right to it. Hold on. I'm not used to doing this in Firefox. View page source. That's not it.
Okay.
Maybe inspect element? No. View page. I thought it was view page source. General. Oh boy. It's not working like I planned. Let me try something else. In Firefox, have you showed the source code before that?
Firefox?
Yeah. Doesn't seem to be operating. Trying to show the source code. I select the view page source. Oh, there it goes. Okay, never mind. I think I got it. Okay. Okay, let me go back. Share screen. Got it. Start. Okay, are you able to see my screen?
I can't see anything still. Okay, yeah, I'm got it now.
Okay, so this is the code behind the page I did. Well, this is the home page. Let's print out an example. Let me scratch that. Let me share a different screen. Yeah, we'll get used to this.
We're doing 230 last semester?
Yes. Yeah, I did 116, 230. That was my first experience with CIT courses. Well, what did you take?
The same ones.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of neat. Yeah, it was kind of neat when I was doing the like the JavaScript or the JSON. It's kind of like you're taking the HTML, the CSS, and the JavaScript, and you're kind of putting them together, which we didn't do before. Like we're taking class 160 and class 230 and we're combining them. So that's kind of neat to do that, and we're adding on to it these new topics.
Okay.
So do you see my page?
Yeah. Now
Okay.
I can see.
So this is my portfolio page for this class.
Okay.
And so this is example of basic JavaScript. And so
Okay.
this is kind of the heading, and this is just basic JavaScript. And then it has a function in there that says, let's play a game. You can type a word or a phrase to say, my name is Jeff. Click OK, then it does it backwards. That was something we did in 160 at the beginning of the class.
Okay.
And so, and then the JOS, is that JSON or JSON? I don't know.
No, JSON, but I call it Jason.
Yeah, it's a little easier. And so I'll show you the code behind this in a minute, but this was the kind of using the objects and name, street, city, state, zip, and phone. Which
Okay.
it just gave the example I found on the internet just gave the name, street, phone, but I added the city, state, zip, and I put it all on one line. So that was how I changed it.
Okay.
And then the dome. Well, maybe I'll save that for later. I was playing around with that last night. That was something new for me. I'd never done that before.
Okay.
Maybe I'll stick. Well, actually, that was the topic I was assigned. Maybe I will do that one.
Okay.
Okay, so then I'll switch to. So what that does is it shows the cookies associated, I think, with this page. It says document, but I think it means page. So that's kind of the cookies that are stored. And this shows the domain name associated with the site, which it shows, when I click the button, it shows hippait.info, which is the name of my domain that I bought. So I was showing the view page source. And so, let me scroll down, just a standard page. So this is where can you see that, the dome manipulation?
No.
Oh, okay. Do you still just see the regular page in the browser?
Yeah, I'm still seeing the CIT 261
Okay.
portfolio.
Let's see if I can switch over. Hold on a second. Hold on. Nope. Don't see it. That's hard about this. It's trying to share your screen. It's hard to show the code if you can't share it. Let me try
Okay.
that. Okay, I think this is it.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Start screen share. Okay, can you see the code now?
Yeah, I can see it now.
Okay. So this is the DOM manipulation, the header. Can you see that?
Yes.
It's probably really small on your end. So this is the start of the ID, which is cookies.
Okay.
And then the function is on click my cookies. And then this is the name of the button. Then it has a line in there. And then basically it runs, well, that's a different one. So then that's one. And this goes down to the cookies function.
Mm-hmm.
And it has the get element by ID cookies, which is this up here. And then it writes out cookies associated with this document. And then basically the same thing for the domain. The function is named my domain. And then it runs it on click. And it spits out this this display. Yeah, kind of does that.
Okay.
Basically, the gist of it's a simple code that I found, and I was able to manipulate it, change the function names. And basically, my understanding of DOM, I'm still learning about it. It's a way to kind of manipulate the browser or to get information. At least that's one, I think, purpose for it.
And where do
I'm
you
still
get
researching it. Mm-hmm.
where do you get the numbers that appears in the when you click on the button? You have some like several numbers. So where do you get those numbers?
Is that in the code?
No, when you click, remember when we were in
Oh
the
yeah,
profile
yeah,
site, you
yeah.
just click it, and
Yep.
where does this function, or where do you get these numbers from? Because I see here,
Mm-hmm.
just like you have the domain name of the server is document domain, but where do you get this domain or cookies?
Oh, where's okay? My understanding, it's in the function. So we start the script right here is started. So for the cookies,
Okay.
the function my cookies, and then I think it's just in the DOM. Kind of, you have like certain programming language have keywords,
Okay.
and then it does a certain function. I think that's what this does. And so if you say document.cookie, and then that's my understanding. I'm still learning, but it seems like
Yeah.
that is the trigger that tells the browser to pull the cookies from that site, or yeah, that's kind of my understanding.
Okay.
And same with the domain down here, document.domain is kind of a key phrase or word in this DOM manipulation that tells what to do. That's my understanding.
Okay.
So my domain is the function name, and then when I click the button, it runs the my domain right here. Yeah, so that's kind of what I learned so far. I think there seems to be several, dozens if not more things DOM can do. That was just two kind of simple ones that I wanted to start with, and then I'll build on it.
Okay.
Okay, do you want to share? Or do you have anything? Okay.
I have. Well, it's a little example. I think you know it, but I'm just want to share it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay. This was a function. Well, yes, function that we were working on. It's get multiply each number times the number of your choice, and you enter a 5-digit number here. So I just want to type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have placed enter an integer that you will multiply each digit of the array. So let's say 5.
Okay.
Then we are going to multiply 5 times 1, 5 times 2, 5 times 3, 5 times 4, and 5 times 5. And then we just play, and we have here.
Good.
So what I understand about this, I'm not sure if it's about a JavaScript object or JSON. I think it will be JavaScript object, because we have the function here, and we are just having the numbers that we are getting. I mean, we split these numbers into an array. I mean, we don't read it. We don't read it like 12,345. We are just splitting each number by an integer. So we are just splitting it, and then we have, this is an array that we are just the first one is going to be in an array. The first item will be called the 0, 1, and the last one will be the 4, because we have, it will be 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we are just splitting it, and then we are just multiplying for the multiplier. The multiplier setting here in the input, we are calling it like the multiplied here, and I mean, if you type 5 or 9 or 10, whatever, we are going to get it from here. So then we are going to have the results. So separating them into not anymore in an array, but in a uh, separate calculation like this: 1,
Mhm.
2, 3. So I just, as I said, in my understanding, I think this is a JavaScript object, because we are calling this one like objects, and we are doing a function, a, a separate function in an overall function. So I just want to know. I mean, I'm trying to put this into a whole thing, so we just have. That's why JSON, and it's supposed that it's easier and faster to work with JSON like than working with JavaScript objects. So I'm just trying to understand how this um, how can I use JSON to make it simpler and easier. These things, you know.
Right. Exactly. Good.
Okay. So that's what I just have for today. But I like your portfolio.
Yeah, you know, because I don't know how each week we're supposed to send them a link to our code. I don't know how if you're doing it in GitHub, but you said you had that web hosting. You can just reuse that and put add a new folder for portfolio, and then you can share that with the instructors. That way you have one place for all the sample code. But yeah, I don't know how are you doing it now?
Well, I'm just posting the things that I'm just sharing here, and the things that I just adding them. But I think it would be a good idea to have like yours. Even that if we have it in GitHub, we can have it on our own, so we can use it whatever we just need them.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's kind of neat to, like as I said before, you take the HTML, the CSS, and the JavaScript and the DOM, combine them all together onto one site, which is good practice for the app at the end. But that was kind of neat to be able to do that. It kind of bring those two classes together.
Okay, so to make it clear, we are supposed to get everything that we can from these 9 topics, and then I'm not sure. You mentioned it before in week 8 or something. We are going to start working on the application that we are going to develop. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm not sure the exact week, but yeah, right now we're just learning code. We're doing our portfolio. We're sharing it in our meetings, and then.
Oh, Lauren is calling me.
I just sent her another invite.
She's calling, but
you can answer it.
Yeah, well, now the problem is that why you send an invite to this one, isn't it?
Yeah, I've sent her now 2 to this one, because this is the one that's being recorded.
Why don't you? Yeah, invite her so she can join us.
Okay, I'll put on speakerphone.
Well, she's calling. So why don't you invite her to this one?
I did twice. I don't know if she's getting it. Oh, she's got it. Okay. She's in.
Okay.
Lauren? Hello?
Hi.
All right. Your microphone working?
Yeah, it's working.
Good. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So we're just using the on-air, Google On-Air, and recording the meeting through that way.
Okay.
So we're gonna try that out. I think that's what you tried last time, but we had some microphone issues, so maybe.
Yeah, but now it works.
Yeah. I think this is probably, hopefully, the easiest way to do it. I can see how it goes, and then I'll post the link to the community board for Michaela and everyone to see, and the instructor.
Okay.
Okay. We basically both of us just presented our topics, and we went over what my meeting with the instructor, which I posted on the community board and sent an email. So I guess apparently we're all supposed to be presenting each week for a few minutes, and just nothing fancy, just like sample code and then how it works in the browser.
Yeah.
So did you have anything to present?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, no. Can I do it next week? Because I wasn't.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no problem. Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah. Yeah, and he said it's all part of the learning process. Like, if we're not doing it just right, it's fine.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
And I think you can see what I shared simple code today. So this will be recorded, so you can watch the recording, and if you have any questions, you can ask me, and I can explain.
Okay. Thank you.
So if this on air works fine, should we remove from the calendar? I don't know whose calendar that was, but all the meetings we have scheduled.
Yeah, can you update the calendar to make it on air?
Yeah, let me see if I don't know if I have permission to delete those. Well, apparently I do. Yeah.
So we can set it like that, as you said. I mean, we don't have to use any other program, just the on air, so we can record it.
Yeah. So I'll update the calendar, and I'll put a
meetings
on air.
Right.
Yeah, because you can schedule a live event, and then I'll see if I can put that in the calendar. If not, then I'll just, kind of how I did, I'll just start a live on-air event, and then I'll just send invites to you guys.
Okay.
Okay. Sounds good.
But that's only if I can't put in the calendar. Either I can do both too if I can.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so the next point on the agenda will be, it's a Solidify Decision website hosting. Michaela figured out how to use the GitHub hosting, and Aldo has a paid host. Either one will work for the project. She updated this information saying that it's better to have it on GitHub so we can work together there. It's, as I told you, in the paid host I have to get everything and organize it and upload it. So I bought for GitHub. I don't know you.
Okay. I'm not familiar with GitHub. To me, it's more of a collaboration place, not necessarily a place to host. But again, I'm new to it. I'm not familiar with it at all. I kind of like the idea of sticking with what we know, like a traditional hosting provider. But Lauren, you've used GitHub in the past. Is it a good place to host a web app?
No, I haven't used this in the past. So I know what Michaela said, that she figured out how to make it work. So maybe we can. We can. I'm not sure if we have to decide it now. So we just are sharing our thoughts. So I think if the GitHub it's working as she said, it will be a good place. As you said, we can collaborate, we can do it together. But if it's not doing what we expect it to do it, we can use mine.
Lauren, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's good. It's kind of hard getting used to at first. Yeah, it's not bad. I just have a question though. Did you guys, like for the assignment, for like putting it on GitHub or whatever, did you guys like pass that? Because I got a 0 on it, and
well, I think everyone did. If you look at the class statistics.
Yeah, I saw that.
I think it's like something that's going to be ongoing throughout the semester. So as you kind of, you master, so to speak, a coding topic, then you'll get points. And so I think that's where the portfolio comes in. I was telling Aldo I'm using an old hosting provider from last semester, and I've just added /portfolio folder, and I've designed like a website for my portfolio in a menu for each coding topic. So you click on a topic, and then it shows you examples of that code in the browser.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think somebody else was doing that. I was looking on the somebody shared in the community board, and it looked like they had done the same thing. That seems, for me at least, it seems to be the easiest way is just to have a website and a page for every code type.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah, so that seems to work. So I think eventually, throughout the semester, that 0 will gradually start ticking up, and yeah.
Okay.
Did you get a 02, Jeff?
Yeah, I think everybody. I look at the class statistics, and there's a couple people who maybe got like 10-15%, but
Okay.
looks like everybody got an F. It's just the way the class, I think, is designed, where everybody starts out with 0, and then you points throughout the semester. Then it's just kind of backwards, I guess, what most classes do.
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't like it, but we have to. Yeah, because it's better to have 100 and you are decreasing it, but not too much. But having F, it seems like it's impossible to have an A,
Yeah.
Yeah, you won't know until the very end kind of how you're doing. I guess you can keep track, because if you click on that, you've probably seen it has the matrix, and you can see your score kind of for every coding topic, either kind of staying the same or increasing.
Okay, so we just wait for next week to decide what are we going to do with the hosting.
Yeah, that was fine. Yeah, it seems like you three are comfortable with GitHub, so we can just do that. And if for some reason in the first week or two we realize it's not working, we can just switch over to a paid hosting one that we already have.
Okay.
Okay.
Number 5 for the agenda is discuss next steps on app development. I'm not sure about this.
Well, he told me, I guess I didn't mention this in my notes, but he told me that we can start early, and that basically he's going to look at the 2, what are they called, proposals we did, and he won't pick for us. We have to decide, but he'll maybe tell us, well, how are you going to, with this proposal, how would you do, like, JavaScript or a CSS animation, or he wants you to have a proposal that you can have a one page that you can use all the coding topics. And so he'll just maybe kind of steer you in the right direction, maybe ask questions to make sure that you can address every coding topic for that proposal. But in the end, it's up to us. So, and he said we can start early. So it's something to think about. But so it seems like it was either the training app for disaster management, or it was, I didn't catch the first one. I think it was a game.
Yeah, it was a game.
Okay.
So I'm not sure. I mean, do you think that we have to decide now which one are we starting working on, or we have to?
I don't think so. I think we can maybe wait for the instructor to kind of give us some feedback, and then we can decide.
Okay.
But I think the next steps is just like we decided which hosting we're going to use, and then just keep practicing the code and then building our portfolio and sharing in our meetings.
Okay. Okay. So number 6 it was supposed. Well, it says determine questions and figure out answers to team questions. What about topics? Are we just working like that, or we can set now the topics that we are going to share next week? What we should do?
Yeah, Lauren, that was something we talked about earlier. Is since we're each supposed to present each week, and then rotate the topics, and since our portfolio should be growing now, I don't know if we need to assign anything, or just each week we just come prepared to share something we learned that week, some sample code and how it works in the browser. I don't necessarily think we need to make assignments. We just, on our own, even if we duplicate a topic, but as long as on our own, we just make sure we're rotating the topics with ourselves. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't we switch? I mean, yeah, if this week we do choose a topic, you don't choose it again. I mean, you just switch it, even that we repeat it, but you switch it.
Yeah, individually you keep track that you're covering all the topics.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter what order. Each week we'll just come prepared to share something for a few minutes.
Okay. So what do you think, Lauren?
What am I thinking?
About that, I mean, about switching topics or shifting.
Yeah, that's actually fine. As long as you don't do like the same topic for like 5 weeks.
Right. Well, yeah. In our portfolio should be, as I said, growing. So if somebody did a topic, and we could repeat it, but if we don't want to, we can just share something else that we have in our portfolio.
Okay.
And then, do you guys have any other questions that we want to maybe take to the instructor, or are we all good?
When is he holding his office hours?
He does them on Tuesdays and Thursdays by appointment.
Okay.
So if you just email him and say, hey, can you meet, Thursday night? And when I did it, he was pretty open. He just said for me to pick a time, and he gave me his phone number. I called him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, because I'm really busy on Thursdays. I can do it today, but well, it would be a good idea to talk with him and to,
Yeah. It helps. I mean, I always like office hours, especially with online classes, because you just feel like this class is nice because we have a team, but you feel like you're alone or trying to figure out what the instructor wants. And so just talking to him in person really helps. Kind of help calm my nerves and help me understand what's expected, and so it seemed to help me out quite a bit. And sometimes reading it doesn't. I mean, it helps, but it's sometimes good to have somebody live explain it to you.
Okay. Well, I don't have any more questions. It's just like I like his last email.
Yeah.
When he was explaining about anxiety and grading or something like that. So I think he read my mind. I feel like that. So.
I think most of the class was like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He must know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think we are. I feel right. I feel okay doing these meetings, but I don't know you. I'm reading a lot and trying to get everything, but I personally don't feel like I don't know how to say this, because I think we are doing our best, but I don't feel like we are growing, like progressing. It's just like I feel like that, but maybe it's up to me, It's like I have to do more or something like that, because I've seen that you're working hard. Yes, you have your portfolio side and everything done, and I think now I have an idea to start like organizing my learning so I can measure the things that I'm doing it.
Exactly. Yeah, I felt like you too. But this is after my meeting with him, and then getting the portfolio site going. I felt really good about it now. Now it's just a matter of, you just Google some, sample code in the topics, and you just kind of work with them and massage them and manipulate them so they fit in your site. Yeah. So I felt like I learned a lot this week. I was able to I felt like I was growing this week and learning some of the coding topics, even though it's pretty basic. But I felt like I was starting to kind of get understanding of what's expected, and I'm learning some new topics.
Okay.
That I didn't know before.
Great. Yeah. So I think that's it for me.
Okay, Lauren, you good?
Yeah, I feel better now.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to complete the minutes for today, and who's going to set the agenda?
I think the person I did it last 2 times. The person who does the minutes, they kind of just do the agenda, which it's basically kind of a duplicate. We maybe take out a few things that we have resolved.
Okay.
But a lot of the agenda is just our presentations and learning from each other.
Okay.
And
Okay.
different
Yeah,
coding
yeah,
ideas.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Agenda is pretty small.
Great. I'm going to complete the minutes and then write the agenda for next meeting.
Okay, and I'll post the this recording. Hopefully it works.
Okay.
And I'll get out to you guys.
Great. See you next week, same time, same
Okay,
place.
see you next week.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, guys. I'll see ya.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.